So what we are trying to make today is a banking application which will log in, and then once the user logs in, we'll show the four options to the user: deposit, withdraw, online transfer, and check balance. And these are my hard-coded user details, user credentials. So I come over here, I ask the user to enter the username and password. Once the user enters the valid credentials, then we'll cross check the credentials. Once they are valid, we'll show the user the options. When whichever option he chooses, we'll go in that case. If he chooses to deposit, we'll take the deposit amount, add it to the deposit. If he chooses to withdraw, we'll ask the withdrawal amount, remove it from deduct it from the balance. If he chooses to do online transfer, we'll generate a six-digit OTP, and that six-digit OTP he has to enter before the online transfer. So now we are generating the six-digit OTP. So, but I want it explicitly of six-digit only. So this is what I have done. Let's take help from ChatGPT. If ChatGPT can come to our help and show generate exactly six-digit random number. So see what it says. So you can say correct way is C. What you can say is it will give you a random number, uh, anything number from 0 to 900. Okay, are you able to see my screen, guys? See, hello. So whatever number we give, no, it will generate a random number from 0 to this number. Okay, so 0 to 8999, and then I'm adding over here 1 lakh. So if the number generated is between this range, by adding one line 1 lakh, it will become range of one any six-digit number. See what this next int, what we were using was a non-parameterized next int, right? So if I give a parameter over here, so what will it give me? Any random number from 0 to this number. So what will be that random number? Let's say that, can you all give me any number from this range? 0 to, okay, so this will be 9 lakh, right? So it becomes over here 8 lakh and 99, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. It will give me any number, random number between which range? Yes, no, maybe, guys. Okay, any number. Okay. So what if he gives me number 5? Now, is this six digit? So to make this into a six-digit number, I'll add the smallest six-digit number with 5. So what now what does it become? Okay. So if it gives me any number in that range, so let's say it gives me 7, 6, 7, 7, 4, 1, 2. It is in this range, correct? Yes or no? So to that, I will add the smallest six-digit number. So add what? So what will it give me the what will the actual number be? 8, 7, 5, 4, 1. Getting it? So this logic has been used over there. So let's try. So what does it say? Random dot next int. So if you want to give a range of numbers, you can give this. To this, add the smallest six-digit number. Done. So now this is bound to give you a number always in. So let's run this and check. Now if I say online transfer 3, okay, getting it, guys? So what was the random number generated over here? Any guesses? Was 465753, correct? To which I added 1. Oh, so now, okay, so now once this number is generated, the random number, we will call this as OTP. We will call this as what? OTP. And we will display the OTP to the customer. Okay. And then we will ask the customer to enter the OTP. What will we ask the customer? Enter OTP sent via SMS. So he will enter the OTP, entered OTP. Okay, so here we will say received OTP. What will you write over there? Received OTP, and then here we will say what? Entered OTP. Okay, and then what will we do? We will compare. If received OTP is equal to entered OTP, then we will do the withdrawal. Okay, then we will ask the user to enter the amount to transfer, correct? And then we will ask the user to enter amount to transfer, correct? And then that would be the transfer amount. And then we will deduct that from the balance, and we will say what? Online transfer success. Okay, if it doesn't match, then we will say this out OTP does not match, correct? And we will say online transfer not so, right? And then you will break. This is the okay. And then the last thing was which case? Case 4 was check balance. So we will sys out the balance, and then we will break. And case 0 was system dot exit. System dot exit. And this has a status. Status 0 means we are doing a peaceful exit. Programmer is doing the exit on his own will. That is status 0. Okay, it is not a forceful exit. And if you enter anything else apart from these options, then this out invalid choice. Making sense? Oh, let's try to run this code now. Let's see if it works. Okay, let's try to works. Let's check the balance now. What is the balance? 5,000. If it comes to deposit, okay, now it is not going back. Okay, it is only showing me one and it is not going back. So I want this to go in till I exit. It should show me the options. So till I want this options to be visible till I exit. Okay, so I'll use a do while loop over here. Do till when this is bad condition. I will do over here. Do and I will say while true. So this will go in an infinite loop. And if you want to break the loop, you press 0 and you come out. Okay. alice@gmail.com. Alice123. Option balance how much? See, it shows me at the menu again now. Okay, so balance is 5,000. If I come to deposit, let's say I deposit 4,000. It says what? Deposit successful. Let's check the balance. Balance is again showing 5,000 only. Why so? Balance was 5,000. Okay, we have added the balance in the do, no? So every time the loop runs, it is going to reset the balance to 5,000. So you'll have to do it over here or over here. Okay, let's run this now. Now alice@gmail.com. Alice123. Check the balance 5,000. Let's deposit 3,000. Check the balance. What's the balance? 8,000. Let's withdraw. Let's withdraw 1,000. What's the balance? Let's do a online transfer 3. OTP has been sent. What is the OTP? 690566. And now you ask for now the OTP is valid, right? So enter the transfer amount. Let's say I want to transfer 3,500. So it says OTP does not match. Online transfer successful. OTP does not match. Online transfer not successful. Why so? Did we goof up in the logic of if else? ओके, एल्स लिखा नहीं है, इसके लिए दोनों में चला गया। ओके, दोनों में इसके चला गया। Let's run again. Now do it properly. alice@gmail.com. Alice123. Check balance 5,000. Deposit 2,000 rupees. Check balance 7,000. Withdraw 1,000 rupees. Check balance 6,000. Let's try to do online transfer 3,298,873. 2,98873. 2,000 I want to transfer. Now it says online transfer successful. Check balance 4,000. 04 exit. ठीक है, system exit हो गया. Now this style of programming has many limitations. Okay, and I will try to overcome them. So the issue. So here I will change this. Okay, this is the problem driver app. This is not the solution. Over the mouse over there, and it says rename the file. This is not the solution. Now, single responsibility principles dictates that all these banking related jobs should be in a separate class. So we will now segregate that into a separate class. So I'll make a class bank. Okay. Before that, what services are we offering? What services are we offering? So I would first make a interface, not a class. So what does the interface do? It gives you list of services, right? What we are offering. So first we should make an interface. Okay, I will say banking. This is the actual now real time implementation how this is done. This is so what I did over here was academic implementation. Even if you all do this much in the college, they will give you full marks. But in the industry, how it is done, let's try to do that. So banking interface, make a banking interface. Now what all services are we offering? we are offering void deposit. Okay, we are offering void withdraw and we are offering void che check balance. Okay, let's say this is the ATM we are making. So check balance and we are offering void online transfer. Okay, so once we make a interface, then what we have to do? Make a class which implements the interface. Okay, so let's say I make HDFC Bank. And what does HDFC Bank do? Implements banking interface. I need banking interface. What I wanted to give it banking service. Banking service. Rename the file banking service. So what will HDFC Bank do now? Implements. So HDFC can do this as per its own style and SBI can do it as per its own style. Now why is it showing a red line under the class? Because when you try to implement an interface, you have to override all its methods. So let's come over here, add the unimplemented methods. Okay. So now what will deposit do now? Deposit will do this job. Correct? So deposit will do this job. So we pasted that over. So it should have a instance variable called double balance. Okay, and we'll initialize this balance with 5,000. So we will write over there a no args constructor which will say balance is 5,000. Okay, this is a better way. As it is an instance variable, access is with this. Okay, so now this it has got it. Okay, this also does not have a scanner, so we'll do that also. So the scanner variable we can declare it as a instance variable so that it can be used across all the methods. Okay, this was deposit. Now next is withdraw. So what is withdraw doing? Withdraw is doing this, correct? Copy the code and paste it over here. Okay, next what is check balance doing? Check balance is doing all. Okay, display balance is only this much, right? So it is just displaying this. So this is just doing. And what is the online transfer doing? Online transfer is doing this, correct? And now what we can do is just go and call the methods. Oh, so what we'll do in the now we'll make a driver app again, correct? So this problem driver app I will copy and make a solution driver app. Okay. Okay, this is second driver app. So in the solution driver app, what will I do? I will just first, I don't want this. I want the, if I want balance 5,000, I will make object of which class? Because I'll be calling that class's methods, no? Correct. And now using this bank method, bank object, I can call the methods. So who is doing all this? Bank dot deposit. Who's doing all this? Bank dot withdraw. And who is doing all this? Bank that online transfer. And who is doing this? Bank dot check balance. Rest everything remains same. Let's save it. Now let's run this one. Let's see if there's any change in the implementation. All good. Okay. Check balance for how much? 5,000. Deposit 1,000. Check balance how much? 6,000. Option 2, withdraw 3,000. Check balance how much? 3,000. Online transfer, OTP is 777339. 500 rupees I want to transfer. Check balance. Okay, oh sorry, again I thought check balance was 3. Okay, let's enter invalid OTP. It is what? OTP does not match, unsuccessful, and let's now check the balance. Balance is 2,500. Make sense? Okay. So now which style do you think is looking more simpler? Problem one or the solution one? Yeah, so if yeah, so this is having all the data into one single file, like the way we have been doing in C, C, C++. But this is not the ideal style of doing programming. One class should have only one reason to change. Okay. Now there is still some more problem is there. This is still not the ideal solution. We can still do some more enhancement. See, all this user related stuff also we can make a class called customer, correct? So we can make a new class called as bank customer. In that customer class, we can have a private integer username, no, not integer, string username and a private string password. Okay, and then I can make a constructor, a parameterized constructor. How do you make a parameterized constructor? So right click. Okay, if not that, let's say I want to make setter getters. So source first make the constructor using fields, and whenever you're writing a no args all args constructor, make sure that you write a empty all args constructor. Okay, so this is done. Now also add the setter getters. So the data is private. Setter getters, select all, generate. Okay, this much is fine. So now if I want to come over here to the, okay, so this will say solution one. Okay, so we'll try to second solution. Okay, but you'll have all the flavors. So what we can do over here now is make an object of which class? Okay, let's just make the object of which class? So I'll make object of the bank customer equals to new bank customer, and I will pass two things to it. Which are the two things? Where's the password vanished from here? Username and the password. This one, two, three, right? And now once I have these, I will not be okay. So once I have this object made, I will accept from the at login time. And then what will I compare? If username dot equals what? Customer dot. Can I directly say customer dot username? Can I directly say customer dot username? It is what? Private. So it will not allow me. So what will I have to do? Customer dot get username and password equals to customer dot get password. And now this is making sense. Okay. So now what we can do is logging is a part of the customer. Now see this will work fine. Now when I run this will run fine. It's running. And try entering the credentials and you will get the output. Okay. Check balance 3. Everything is working fine. Okay, this is online transfer. 569300. So what was the random number generated? 5693, correct? So it added 1 lakh to make it into a 6-digit number. Okay, and now transfer 100 rupees. Check for the balance. It's 4900. Working fine. To exit, press 0 and you can exit. Okay, so this also is possible. But now what I would want is rather this logging also is a activity of the customer, right? So login the part of the customer. So I'll make a this customer also. I'll try to enhance this class also so that you'll have all the options. The bank customer 2. I will have a function called over here as login, and it will give me a boolean as a return type. And what will it take as a parameter? It will take the string username and the string password. And then what will it compare? Current. Okay, so that we can check. So this statement, which is over there, will check over here itself. So if the username is equals to this dot username, because that object will call, right? Now it is in the class, right? So this dot password. If it is matching, I'll return true, else I'll return false. Okay. And now I'll make the object of the bank 2 in my solution 2. Okay, I'll copy the solution also. I'll keep on copying the solutions also so that I'll have all the flavors in solution 3. I'll make object of which class? Bank customer. And here I will call what? I will call the login method. Which method? Login is of which class? Customer. So I will say customer dot which function? Have I not saved it? I saved it. Customer is of which class? Customer 2, right? 2. So now customer dot login and pass username and password. What will it give you? A boolean login status. And then you can put that in the if condition saying what is equal to true, then you can do all this stuff. So the login also we have not given the responsibility to the main class. Okay. So what will this return? True or false, right? So you can directly consume that over here instead of going such a long way, no? This is one style of doing it, and this is another style of doing it. Directly in the if, you can call the method directly do this. So you will be saving on a variable. So directly you can say customer.login, username, password. If it is true, do this. If it is not true, then you'll go in the else part. Okay. So this also is possible. So this, so there are many ways we can bring it as close as possible to real time, guys. So this now task also I have given to the customer. Okay. So then here if you see the we are using which the bank HDFC, right? So this class is accepting the deposit value. So what we can do is we can say that you just do the primary task of deposit. We will give you the value. So we can take this of accepting the value. Okay. So let me make this also into a new HDFC Bank 2, and now you can say the fourth solution. In the fourth solution, what we can do is whatever amount you want to withdraw, that we can take over here. So it is over here, right? So let's say whatever amount needs to be deposited, we'll take it at the customer end. And to this we will pass the function deposit amount. That's it. We'll pass the parameter. And this deposit function now will take the double deposit amount, and it will just add that. Okay, now this signature has changed because the signature was different in the interface, correct? Earlier the interface was looking like this, right? So now what is the signature of the deposit? So we'll change the interface also. We'll say banking service 2. So we'll say this implements banking service 2. So in that we'll go and change the deposit. What is deposit accepting now? Double deposit amount. Yeah, now this should be good. Now we are now we are good to go. Okay. Okay, here you also have to make sure that if the user passes a value, let's say you want to deposit minus negative. Okay, so if you say that I want to deposit minus 500, so that will be the responsibility of the client of sending the proper data. So we can validate that. If the deposit amount is greater than 0, then only send it to the deposit. Else you can directly say over here itself, sys out invalid amount. Please enter valid amount. Please enter valid deposit amount. Okay. So now here also we'll have to use which object HDFC2, right? Because that is we have done the modification. So now the client will take the amount. This class's responsibility will only do the deposit. That's all. It will just take the amount and do the deposit. And this message also we will give it to the client only to display. So where is the client? That if this is there, will and we'll say what deposit successful. As this else has only one single line, no need to give the curly brackets. So now this is looking much more better. Now my banking class is having only one responsibility, that whatever amount you get, you just deposit that. Validation will be done by the client and given to you. Same for the withdraw now. So what will we do? We'll take this from where and put it over here. That whatever amount you want to. So if he tries to withdraw more than the balance, then we will check that. So if he tries to withdraw a negative number, then if he tries to withdraw a negative number, then so if withdraw amount is less than zero, what will we do? Enter valid withdraw amount, correct? We have to do all the validations. Okay, the application is incomplete without validation. Okay, if it is not more than less than zero, else is good. Then I will check whether the withdraw amount is there. Sure. More than the balance, then can we withdraw? Can we withdraw? Okay, what is the balance? Balance is with the bank dot get balance. What is the object name? So where is the object name is bank. So where is the and the double balance? Okay. So let's say this is a private data. So to get the balance, we'll have a getter and over here. What do we do for private data? We can't access it directly, right? So what do we make? Getter setter. But I just only want a getter for the balance. I'll just check the getter. So I have one get balance. Okay. So that I can check over here that if bank dot get balance. So if the withdrawal amount is greater than the bank balance, what will we say? Yes, we will say what? Insufficient balance. Insufficient balance. And then if everything goes well, then we can say what? Else you can withdraw. And after withdraw, what you can say? Now there will be two lines over there, so I have to write the brackets. There will be two lines over here, right? In the else part. There you have only one line, no? One line in if, one line if else. So we wrote that. And now else bank dot withdraw, and what will you pass to that withdraw now? The withdraw amount, correct? So we'll go over here, and what will the withdraw function have? Double withdraw amount, correct? And what would be the job of this function? Just to do the withdraw. This getting now, as we are now the implement the interface which you are implementing banking service to. How is the withdraw in that looking like? Withdraw looks non-parameterized, right? So that's why it is showing over here. So we'll have to go and change it in the interface. So let's say over here. So it says create withdraw, or we'll have to go and modify, right? So we'll say just modify this enter method. put it over, double withdraw over here. Okay, so we're doing reverse engineering now over here. Done. Check balance is simple, just display the balance. Online transfer. Okay, now this also we can pass into one class which will give us a random OTP. So we can make a random number generator class. Okay, or we can say OTP generator, and we can make a public in static. I'll just use a static function because I will not make an object of this. Generate OTP, and whatever number we are getting, I will just say what, return that. Okay, so here we can say, you can just say OTP over here. So whatever OTP you are getting, and this is a static function. So what we can do directly from here, yeah. So what was the function name? OTP generator, right? Dot what? Generate OTP. That, that would be your received OTP. Okay, so that task also will be given to a separate class. So that class's job will only be to receive, generate the OTP. And now once you have the OTP, okay, so this also we will give it to the main, right? We will not call it from here. We'll give it from the driver app. So if you want to do online transfer, first you will have to do what? Generate the OTP. And once the OTP is generated, what to do? Ask the user to enter the generated OTP. So once the OTP generated and everything is good, then it will generate the banking transfer, correct? Then you will generate the, okay, then you will ask for the enter the amount to be transferred, correct? So that also will come over here. Once the this is generated, then you will say enter the amount to be transferred, and then you will call bank dot online transfer and pass what to the method, the transfer amount. So now here also the this will take what, double transfer amount, and all this have been now moved into that, right? Now this is not deduct over here. Okay, so now this amount we just have to transfer. So transfer is same as withdrawal, correct? So this already is being done in the withdrawal function, right? So from transfer we can directly call what, the withdraw function, and pass what to it, the transfer amount, which is a double, because withdraw needs an integer, a double value, right? Yeah, so directly we can do that. And here, so this is when the OTPs match. If the OTPs don't match, then it goes into else, right? So all that code we have over here. So all that code we have over here, the else code. So generate the OTP. If the OTP is matched, enter the transfer amount, then call the transfer function. So transfer will call the withdraw. Okay, so withdraw will and then we'll just say to what, online transfer success. So it is just as simple as that. So let's come here, and once it calls that, it will say what, online transfer success. 57. This was withdrawal success. Okay, now enter the amount to transfer. Once you have it, transfer success, else it doesn't match. And now this also needs to be double transfer amount, correct? So we'll go and reverse engineer it now and say that this also is a double. Yes. Okay, everything is okay. And now what happened over here? Check balance. Okay, I passed it in the check balance or what? Okay, where is banking service 2, right? Okay, I passed it in the check service. I should have passed it where? In the online transfer. Yeah, now it's all good. Okay, so now it is just taking the whatever amount you get, give it to the withdraw function, withdraw it and balance it. Now this is single responsibility. This deposits job is only for adding, withdrawal is withdrawing, check balance is just giving balance, and online transfer is also is calling the withdraw function. Okay, so like this. Now this is your client application is job is to accept all the details and give all the validated details to the backend classes. Okay, let's run and check if this is working fine. Alice at the rate gmail.com. Alice wanted. Okay, now check the balance. 5,000 deposit, 1,000 check the balance, 6,000 withdraw, 3,000 check the balance, 3,000 online transfer. OTP has come 963347. Enter the transfer amount 1,000 and now check the balance. Okay, all good, working fine. So this is how you are expected to code in real time. So you cannot dump all the code into one single class like this. And you need proper validations also in place. So this is the proper validated class. So if he tries to come and let's say, okay, so if he tries to enter this, he'll say bad credential, validate over here. If he enters the username correctly but enters the password wrong, still bad credentials. Now all good. Now if he tries to deposit, okay, and if he tries to enter amount which is not worthy of being deposited, or minus 1,000, what will we say? Please enter valid deposit amount. Okay, now if he wants to withdraw, how much balance does he have? 5,000. So if he tries to withdraw 6,000, can he withdraw? So what will we say? Insufficient balance. Okay, so all these things we will try to in the what do you say transfer also. In the transfer also, if it tries to transfer more than the balance, then if OTP is matching, then we'll have to enter the transfer amount. And then when will we call this function? Like we'll have to do it over here, right? Like this. Like this, we'll have to call this. So here, if enter the transfer amount, And if the transfer amount is less than 0, what will we say? Please enter valid transfer amount. And if the transfer amount is greater than the balance, insufficient balance, else you can do the transfer and then transfer successful. And as the else contains two statements, we'll have a brownie. Now this is the complete package which we have. Making sense? So this is the level of code which I expect you all to attain. Now is this class having random? Is this class having scanner? Scanner is being used over here. Is this class having random? No. So do a Control Shift O. Will remove all the unwanted imports. Yes, no, maybe. Understood? What level of programming I expect you all to reach? Now I want you all to enhance this. If I have multiple customers, then what to do? If I have multiple customers, then can we? Then any one customer can log in, right? If I have multiple customers, correct? So how will I do that? So how will we manage that? So let's call it the solution 5. So this should keep you all busy the entire day. Since solution 5, what I'll do is bank customer 1 is Alice. Let's say I have three customers. Customer 1, customer 2, customer 3. Alice, Ben, Chris. The other credentials. Okay. Now anyone from them can log in, correct? They all are valid. Now, so what to do? So I'll make a array of bank customers. What I'll do? I'll make a bank customers is new bank customer 2 of size 3, and I will add all of them. So at index 0, what do we have? Customer 1, correct? Index 1, what do we have? And now what to do? Now when I enter username and password, it can be any of them, correct? So now the login will have to change. We'll have to do a for loop over here. Integer I equals to 0, I less than customer dot length and I plus plus. And now we'll call the customer dot login with who customers of I. We'll call login with who customers of I will call login. So the credential matches with anyone, it will return you a boolean, correct? So we'll take a boolean login we had over here, no? Login status. So we'll take that, set it to false, and then over here we can come the customer class is returning a true or false, correct? So, so if it is true, you can directly break login status is equal. Whenever you have success, true, you can break. No need to search for further. And then here you can check for login status. So if it is true, means it's a valid customer, right? If it is not true, it's an invalid customer. Let's check. No, no. For loop means it will only check for the first. So if you enter Ben, it will first compare Alice with Ben. If it is not there, it's a not invalid. So first let the for loop complete and then tell whether it is there or not. Okay, let's try to check this out. So now if I enter username alice@gmail.com and alice123 valid? Yes, no, maybe. It shows me the banking options. And if I enter Tom and Tom123, it says bad credentials. If I enter ben@gmail.com and ben123 valid, it'll show me the options. If I enter chris@gmail.com, chris123 valid, valid, showing me the options. Apart from that, if I say anything, Frank at credentials. Getting this also you all can improvise and experiment. If I have multiple customers, how I can do that. Okay. So I've shown you all the scenarios. This should be sufficient to